smiling at the moon.
With a beautiful sight of the hills, you know that we are coming to you live from the hill capital of Kandy. Coming to you live on Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub, www.thepapare.com, undisputed leader in broadcasting live. And we are coming to you live with the incredible game of Trinity's second stop of the Trinity Tour. Trinity College taking on Dharmaraja College in this friendly encounter at Pallekele Rugby Stadium. Trinity played Sumangal in their opening encounter of the year, which was absolutely brilliant game where Sumangal managed to put up a real fight against Trinity. But today, it's up to the Rajans to hold their own here at Pallekele, the Lions. Then Trinity College will be looking to capitalize on the opportunity of making sure that they do well before their big game against St. Thomas's College, the Canon RS Diserum Trophy. It's brilliant here at Pallekele. Brilliant weather, nice breeze running across the grounds, and despite maximum temperature being around 32 Celsius and minimum being at 27, I think the players will feel like it's around 28 in the middle of the field. Beautiful conditions for rugby, and we have plenty more and to look at the teams, how they're going to fare up. We'll go for a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we will have the team cards of the two teams.
Catch the excitement real time. Be up to date with it all. Let us capture your milestones. Get it sizzling hot off the turf. Hear the experts break it down. Dig deep into the nitty-gritties. Be inspired by their greatness. Relive all the scintillating action.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
ZZ. KYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances. Amazing.
Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
ZZ. KYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances. Amazing.
Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
Welcome back to the live action brought to you from the Pallekele Stadium. Second stop of the Trinity Tour here at Pallekele as Trinity take on Dharmaraja. The players are currently being introduced to the guests of honor. In the middle, what we'll do is we'll quickly take a look at how the two teams are faring out. Dharmaraja College, the visitors, will go up first. Beg your pardon, Trinity College, the host Dulara Alabategama Edama Basnaika Dharmapala Pananabala Disanayaka Tantrige Karunayaka, the skipper. Minidu Jayasundara, Shahan Sirisoma, Tumidur Durangwata, Litmal Murugada, Khalil Vikramasinghe and Zakir making up the 15. And as for the Rajans, they will consist of Bandara, Herath, Senaviratna, Ratnayaka, Mudunduwa, Ranasinghe, Gamage, Bandara, Mendis, Sasanka, Ekanayaka, Tenuka, Senaratna, Vijay Siri and Vijay Ratna making up the playing 15, the starting 15 for Dharmaraja College. It's going to be a very, very interesting game, and joining me in the com box is Sunat Peris. Welcome, Sunat.
Thank you, Sujata. It's exciting to be back watching rugby, especially schools rugby, in this friendly encounter between Trinity and Dharmaraja.
Absolutely incredible stadium, incredible facility here at Pallekele at the Lions Den, Trinity College Rugby Stadium. Now looking at the two teams, they will want to make sure that they get on to a very good start. Dharmaraja College, of course, standout players will be Tenuka Vikramasinghe and Saumya Vijayasiri, co-captains, playing centre and fullback respectively, number 12 and number 15, and also keep an eye out on Senaviratna, the big prop forward. And we will, from Trinity, the skipper Tehan Karnanayaka making a comeback, not featuring in that opening game against Sumangala. So that's going to be interesting how he slots into the team. And there is a change in the first 5-8 position as well. Minidu Jayasundara coming into number 10, and the fly-off of the previous game, Dodangwata, wearing the number 12 jersey today. So a couple of changes for Trinity as well. The player of the game, player of the match of the last game, Tevin Karnanayaka, will not feature in today's game. So Trinity trying out their troops and making sure that everybody gets an opportunity before the big game against the Tomians Cananaris Diserum Shield, which will be worked out on the 28th at in Colombo. Trinitians taking the Trinity tour to Colombo as Jayasundara readies the kickoff. A little bit of a hassle. I think the players overshot. A little bit of hesitation from Jayasundara. Not the ideal start.
Exactly, not the ideal start for the Trinitians, but a good motivation booster for the Rajans. And it's quite interesting to see, Sudarshan, how Dharmaraja College would come into this game, because Trinity is coming after a competitive game, and the Rajans, they're coming straight after the Sevens tournament.
Brilliant position for Dharmaraja. Centre field scrum. They have options on both sides. A little bit of Ajibaji earlier on.
Steady and slow call again. Okay.
The first scrum is going to be very important for both set of forwards. They will want to make a statement. They want to make sure that they make their intentions clear. This is where you put down a marker on who's going to dominate the scrum time.
Set.
Mendis with the put-in for the Rajans in the traditional maroon. We are used to seeing a break from Bandara.
Advantage.
Straight away, the impact player for Dharmaraja College, Vikramasinghe, getting in on the act, but unfortunately loses the ball forward.
Cape goal.
So Trinity with an opportunity again on the 50-meter line. There you go, missed out on that.
Unfortunately, Dharmaraja had numbers on the outside as well. If he managed to keep the ball in his hand at the recycle, they would have had a good opportunity. As Trinity now with the second scrum of the game, first time with position. As Karnanayaka ready to feed in the ball.
Karnanayaka to Jayasundara. Dummies and offloads to Khalil, who had overshot, but onto the rescue is Vikramasinghe, who tucks the ball in for Trinity. Now options on the far side. Dodangwata playing as the second 5-8. Big tackle coming in from Dharmaraja. Alavattegama had a very good game against Sumangala, the hooker for Trinity. Here's Jayasundara to Tantirige. Stopped in his tracks, couldn't get any momentum. Now Dodangwat with the ball to boot. Here's Saumi Vijayasiri, hot stepping Vijayasiri. Scored a brilliant try in the 7th tournament.
Number 6, back.
Dharmaraja with possession now, trying to make something out of it. Bandar takes the ball to the ground. Trinity strong in their counter-ruck, but Dharmaraja managing to hold on to it, but that's a mistake from Seniviratna. A little difficult pass there for the big prop forward. He had to reach down to his knees, but Trinity lucky to get possession.
Absolutely, Sudarshan, because Dharmaraja was brilliant with their line speed in their defense and forced Trinity to kick the ball out because they were losing ground. But unfortunately, it was a very bad pass to the prop forward. There you go. So Trinity.
You never pass solo to a prop.
Break with the
Chances are it'll be very difficult for him to collect that, and could have, if it was at least on front football, he would have made an attempt, but it was a very difficult one. So Trinity now a scrum in around the 40-meter mark. Karuna Naika with the put in. He has to put on a big show today, the skipper.
This is the first time Trinity has come into the Rajan's half.
break with the
Karnanayaka, like good, all good wily old scrum halves do,
controls.
trying to get in the ear of the referee and telling him they are not getting the timing right, ref. Referee deciding to have a word with both sets of front rows.
I think it's best to get the scrum sorted early on in the game. Otherwise, we'll be having a very long game.
So mark.
You can visit www.ilove20.lk, I Love 20 Concept Store, where you'll be able to purchase exclusive Trinity Canterbury branded material. And they have some lovely stuff there. As Trinity put in for the first scrum, Tantrige trying to break on the short side. Good defense coming in from Bandara, who manages to hold on to Tantrige, who manages to put the ball down. Good run from Vijay Kohn. Now on to the far side. Trinity numbers on the outside. Khalil cut him back inside, making the ball available. Here's Jayasundara. Tries to step inside. Finds a hole. A good support arriving from the forwards, but have been penalized for killing the ball. Couldn't support his body well, Karuna Naika. As the Rajans get a golden opportunity to try and get out of jail and get a territorial advantage.
There was good passage of play by Trinity. As Jayasundar also moved forward, but unfortunately Karuna Naika couldn't hold on to his body weight with the supporting players coming in behind.
So mark.
Like you mentioned early in the game, as we take a look at the replay, it's incredible, isn't it, that we are able to witness some schools rugby after a lapse of almost 2 years. Incredible opportunity for these young men who might be wearing the college jersey for the final time. So kudos to Trinity, Sumangala, Dharmaraja, and also the Tomians, who are readying troops in Colombo to take on Trinity in a very, very important encounter. Canon RSD Serum Trophy, and we will bring it to you live on the Papare.com, Dialogue TV channel 140, and also on Dialogue View app. At that time, Dharmaraja making a very costly error, because that was their first line out, and that's going to affect the confidence of the hooker, the entire line out unit.
Also have to mention the effort by Dharmapala from Trinity College. He put on good pressure to win that ball, costing the mistake.
Absolutely, Sunit, and that was a feature in the Sumangala game as well. Trinity's counter line out was very, very good, and that was a big headache for Sumangala throughout the game. Trinity picking up from where they left off, troubling the opposition line out. Dharmapala has been a standout factor in that. Here's Jayasundara putting the ball up. Bounces brilliantly for... That is Dodangwata, who collects it. Beg your pardon, I think that's Sirisoma, who touches down for Trinity. Absolutely brilliant stuff. That will be off for a brilliant replay. So that incredible stuff from Trinity. Recognizing the fact that the line was coming up very fast and it left a lot of gaps at the back. Take a look at this. Lovely ball and good awareness from Dodangwatta. I believe there is a mix-up in the jersey numbers there. That was Sirisoma who ran underneath the post, was it? No.
So the kick goes through. It's 7 points to nil. And off your screen in that scrum, we did see Tehan Karunanayaka telling the fly half to look for space. And Jasundara did exactly the right thing by kicking it into space. And Dodangwatta managed to collect it and put on the first points to the board.
I believe so that there's been a small mistake in the team cards that we've received. Number 12 is Murugoda and number 13 is Dodangwatta. So they've changed the jerseys for some reason. But it is Murugoda who touched down for Trinity's opening try. Conversion was successful as well as Dharmaraja go out in attack.
No hands, no hands, no hands.
Onto the open side, numbers available for Dharmaraja. Goes crashing is Sasanka. Digged out by Mendes. Ratnayaka tucks the ball in for Dharmaraja.
Dharmaraja keeping the ball close to their forwards, using their forwards early on in the game.
Bandara. Now ball available for Senarat, who's under pressure, but referee playing penalty advantage for the line being outside of the Trinitians. Well, high charge. So the referee will come back for the infringement. Yes, high charge.
Number 11. Number 11.
Good opportunity for the Rajans to gain some ground and we correct their mistakes from the earlier line out.
High hanging kick, brilliant touch finder on the 22-meter mark. Can't ask for more from your touch kicker. Well, Tantirige 50-50. Sirisoma rather attacking the player above his nipple line is not allowed.
Back 10.
Now Herat needs to make sure that he hits his man. There is a second line of forwards who are forming right in front, so they could go right to the back. Opts to go to number 6 this time, managed to hit the man. Dharmaraja setting it up. Needs to make the ball available as the Trinitians try digging in.
Referee is playing advantage for collapsing the maul, so good opportunity for Rajans. Tries to kick to the corner.
Sasanka with the kick, Trinity collecting it, so there will be no advantage. And Trinitians penalized for bringing the ball down, collapsing the maul. So brilliant opportunity for Dharmaraja to try and get into close quarters of the Trinitians, having a little bit of a conference, the forwards.
I think Sudarshan, there was a bit of a sign Dharmaraja is playing mostly with the forwards, so it's interesting. So straight away after the discussion, he decides to bring 8 players together, rather 16 players together, so that they would have a good opportunity to make use of a set play.
Interesting call there. They are opting to go for a scrum. They are under pressure when it comes to the line out from the Trinitians, so trying to negate that. That's a problem, isn't it, when it comes to your set play if you're not very confident in one area. As Dharmaraja looks to dominate from the scrum. Well, this needs to be sorted out very quickly, because otherwise we are going to be here for a long time. Not that we mind, but it's brilliant weather, Sunat, especially given the fact that it becomes a little too warm in Colombo. top weather here in Kandy as Mendis gives it out to Sasanka. Wrap around to Sasanka. Passes to a Trinity, and here's the counter from Trinity. Man on the outside, will we have the legs? Big fend off, tries to offload, but does well to keep hold of the ball. Quick ball out from Karnanayaka. Here's Jayasundara. Counter from Trinity and Jayasundara goes right underneath the post.
Brilliantly worked. Tried. They saw the opportunity and grabbed it with both hands. Trinitians extending their lead. Beautiful run by the backs, creating space on the inside. Rajans were on the back foot, and Trinitians capitalized on that mistake. Here you go.
Bouncing on that opportunity, it came through a miss pass, but Karnanayaka doing very well to arrive to the breakdown, and Jayasundara hitting that beautiful line, running straight through the middle, and Dorangwata adds the extras. Trinity 14 points to 0, but Dharmaraja will consider themselves very, very unlucky because they were on the front foot. And that wraparound pass and that offload a tad bit late, which went to the Trinity hands.
It was yet again Morogada who was the man who stole the ball from the Rajans. The first try scorer for Trinity as Rajans kicks it off again. A long kick straight away to Karnanayaka.
Don't move, don't move.
Gives it out to Vikramasinghe. He tries to put it out, but the ball, luckily for the Rajans, bounced out because there was a Trinity player charging towards the ball.
Trinity is taking the exit option, and that's sensible, isn't it? You're in your red zone, and if you have your crickers, get the territorial advantage and try and press Dharmaraja from there. They know they're under pressure when it comes to the line out. The two Trinity jumpers, Dharmapala and Tantirige, have done very well. Here's Herat with the put-in, trying to throw to his forward who was charging on to the ball, but that time Dharmaraja guilty of not supporting their body weight, and very well marshalled by the referee. He's been consistent with that call from for both the teams. Trinity wanting to pick up the pace of the game, kicking that ball out quickly. They want. Seems like Trinity wants to play the territorial game here, Sunit.
5-5.
I think they would have understood the pattern of play in the first few minutes, and good decision making as well from the team. They're going for a 5-man line out.
Number 12.
Well, interestingly, first line out for Trinity. Now the owner sees on Nalavattegama to make sure that he get it right from here on. And here he will want to make a statement. Seems like the skipper is bleeding. No, referee decides that it's okay and we are good to go.
Probably a slight cut on his head.
Keep 10.
As Alavattegama puts the ball in, collected by Basnayaka. Out towards the big prop forward, Edema. Karnanayaka.
Good run, Edema. Here's Dharmapala, impressive player. Good structure as well. Here's Tantirige, crashing through the middle. Karnanayaka to Jayasundara, kicks the ball out. Oh, lovely kick. Brilliant kick. But seems like the line was offside. The players were in front of the kicker deems the referee. But I think Khalil maybe was a little hard done by. If we can take a look at the replay, because some of the players were in front of the kicker, Jayasundar, but seemed like Khalil charged on from the back. But nevertheless, it was lost forward by Khalil, so would have been a scrum anyway. As The Rajans put the ball 2 touch on the 50-meter mark. Here's what happened. There you go. Khalil now comes into the picture. But took his eyes off the ball in the final moment. You need to try and catch it before you try and do anything with it.
I think that was a bold move by Jasundar as well. If it would have been caught, I think that would have been another brilliant try for Trinity. Nevertheless, Rajans with the ball now.
Trinity is making their intentions clear, Senita. What they're trying to tell Rajans is that if you're going to charge up, make sure that you guard your back, because we will definitely attack you if there are spaces at the back. A little messy line out, but Rajans managing to hold on to position. Big run from Vikramasinghe. Thaniko Vikramasinghe still going. He's going to be a man to look out. The co-captain of Dharmaraja College brings the ball to the 22 meters. Front foot ball for Dharmaraja. Crash ball taken in by Ratnayaka. Now Dharmaraja increasing the pace. Here's the big match. Senaviratna. Work it is the call from the stands, but Trinity pouncing on it, tackling it. Karnanayaka takes it quickly. Here's Dodangwatta. Puts the ball to boot. A little bit of difficulty for Moragada trying to charge on to that ball. But good thinking by Karnanayaka. Taking it quickly and attacking the Rajans.
Sashna, that was a brilliant run by Vikramasinghe, the co-captain of Rajans. There you go.
Running from the outside. Lovely step outside. Cuts back inside. No argue. Boomfa. Get out of my way. That's a big prop forward. Hooker, mind you. Alawategama. So, top run from the number 12 for the Rajans. Vikramasinghe. Sharing the responsibility of skipper in the team, so he has to take ownership. Here's Herat. Not straight.
What do you want? Line out or scrum?
You can protest all you want, but the two men in charge, the referee and the assistant referee, deeming that it didn't go straight. We'll take a look at the replay as well if we can. As Trinity readies themselves for a scrum in their favour. In another attacking position. Rajans have looked good in bits and pieces, patches of play. They haven't been able to get their continuity going. They need to make sure they build on 3, 4, 5 phases in before they try to go wide and fancy.
I think their backline has been brilliant. Whenever they had the ball, they managed to get over the gain line. As Karnanayaka feeds in the ball. Cut out pass to Jasundara. Jasundara back to Dodangwatta. Out towards the line. Cuts back inside. A good offload to Dodangwatta as he gives it out.
Here's Khalil. Taking the ball in the corner. Karnanayaka gives it to Basnayaka. Tucking the ball in. Hands lost forward by Trinity College there. So it will be a scrum in favour of Dharmaraja. Trinity, I think, were cramping up on the top corner of the field. Would have been better if Vikramasinghe could have taken that ball and recycled it, because Khalil in the far corner was cramped up.
We can see Trinity trying to increase the pace of the game, but that's costing them with a lot of fumbles and handling errors.
Big shout out to all our viewers joining us from around the world. It's an absolute pleasure to have you watching this live broadcast from the second stop of the Trinity tour, as Dharmaraja College puts the ball to boot. The Trinitians being penalised for the line being offside, or was it for talking?
We're not that clear, I think.
Here's Saumi Vijayasiri. Doesn't manage to get touch. Not ideal for Dharmaraja, as Trinitians will now look to counter Tantrige. to Jayasundara. Jayasundara marked by his opposite number, Sasanka, bringing him down.
It's a penalty. Again going down.
Killing the ball is the call by the referee, and
Farmers on the ground.
the Trinitians did not manage to arrive ideally to secure that ball. And Dharmaraja this time opting to go for points. Saumya Vijayasiri will have an opportunity at goal and try to get 3 points, open their account, and I think that's a sensible call.
Yes, Sudarshan, because they've been in Trinity half quite a lot of times, and they couldn't manage to turn them into points. So this time, straight away, they opt to go for points, close down on that gap. As Vijayasiri lines up to take the kick. Slightly short of 40 meters. Good thumping high kick. Misses out on the left side of the goalpost, so the scores will remain 14-0 with a 22-meter dropout to Trinity College.
It's important that the Rajans stay focused because they have shown very good signs despite Trinity leading the scoreboard. Here's what happened. They are not supporting their body weight in that rock as Saumya looks for options and finds Senarath. Tucks the ball inside. Lost forward by the Rajans. Now Trinity on the counter. Coming back inside was Basnaika. Kannanaika now to Dodangwatta. Knocked back, says the referee.
Advantage over.
In the corner is the big man. Kannanaika shows and goes through the middle. Breaks the first tackle. Needs support and offloads. Now Vedama sends it out. Here's Morogoda, the try scorer. Wasn't held in the tackle, so gets up. Referee thought about blowing that for a little while and finally blows for holding on to the ball. So good work from the skipper Kannanaika to no avail. As Dharmaraja with an opportunity to get out of the 22 meters. And this time, again Saumya not finding touch. Not ideal for him. And Vikramasinghe taking things to his own hands.
Referee wants to have a chat with the skipper.
Well, interesting to see what that penalty was for, because the referee did not.
Players charge right? This is the last one. Eli nang elabuda sideways at gahan ba player. Rakti no loop na hai. Eli na player gahan ba. Right? This is the last warning. Next time will be a yellow card. Okay, I start with the penalty.
So the referee is clear with his message. Players are not allowed to come from the side
coming sideways
and push away players who are not involved in the ruck. So last warning is given to the Trinitians.
This time around, Saumya, third time lucky, manages to put the ball to touch, despite not earning the territory that he would have wished for.
10 madi hai. Get back, get back, get back. Wait, 10 meter hai.
There you go. That's the replay of that charge.
Knock back.
As the Rajans loses the ball in the line out. As Trinity recycles the ball.
Okay, ruck form. Get back.
Kannanaika now. Out to Jayasundara. To Dodangwatta, gives it out to Morogoda. Quick passing by Trinity. As Khalil is in space, he needs support. Just one man to beat. Trinitians struggling in the ruck time.
You have to on your
I
page.
think they need to support the wing three quarters. Really unfortunate that it was a golden opportunity, and Dharmaraja made no mistake to pounce on that error by Trinity. And Saumya now, yet again, this time gets a bit of ground. So another opportunity for the Rajans. Sudarshan, as you said earlier on in the game, when the first line out didn't go according to plan for the Rajans, I think that has affected the hooker Herath a bit too much, because continuously they're struggling in their line out.
Yes, and kudos to Trinity as well for putting pressure.
Keep 10 over Buddha.
They've done very well in the line out. Here's Herath. Seems like they are going to go for the short line out. Number 2 going up, but ball going to the back of the line out as Tenaka Vikramasinghe is brought down by Trinity. Here's the Rajans looking for options. Knocked back by Gamage. Still available for Dharmaraja. Ekanaika on the outside.
Roll away. Advantage.
The Trinitian who was involved in that ruck did not make an attempt to roll away from that. Alavattegama seems like he's had a knock. It's not moving, Alavattegama, so needs to be tended to. Looks a little dizzy as Dharmaraja currently not managing to cross the gain line. Trinity putting pressure on the ruck. That's a loss forward.
No advantage. There's double
I
penalty.
think there was an advantage played by the referee, so
Penalties in
he
here.
wants to check with the
And the other
skipper
one is
where he wants the advantage.
Double penalties available for Dharmaraja and the Rajans. No prizes for guessing which one they were going to take. They were definitely going to take the
Line
one
offside.
closer to the opposition line. The line guilty of playing from an offside position. The Trinitian defensive line as Saumya puts the ball to boot. Second game of the 3-game Trinity tour. Started off with Sumangala previous week. This week they're playing Dharmaraja today before travelling down to
Number 2.
Colombo for the big game. Kananaris Diserum Shield for Trinity. Well, seems like
I think referee is having a word with Alavattegama.
seems like the referee is checking, doing the initial HIA, which he wasn't very satisfied with, so he's called the doctor. Brilliant, because Alavattegama, like we mentioned, did look a little disoriented. Now the referee will want the doctor to clear Alavattegama.
He's changing. Stop.
He tried to shake it off and continue to play the game, but the doctor decides
Straight away he will have to pass the HIA. He will have to go through HIA with the doctor as the replacement from Trinity comes in, the number 16.
Okay, good. It's a maul.
This time around, seems like Alavattegama has been the curse for Dharmaraja as they manage to get it. Herath
No hands. No
dancing
hands. No
around, passes the ball to his fellow forward. Now ball available from Mendes to Sasanka, who tucks the ball in for Dharmaraja
It's a
and
penalty.
have been penalised.
Number 10. You're going down.
Number 10 not supporting the body weight that time.
I think referee will have a word with the Trinity skipper, because back-to-back penalties by them.
Feeling off. Popalage. Oh,
I
again.
think they've given away almost 8 penalties in this first half. It has been a continuous issue, not supporting the body weight.
So, talk to your teams.
Well, he's being generous, the referee. Wanted the skipper to talk to the team.
Trinity is taking full advantage of that opportunity to take a little breather.
Break the momentum of the Rajans. Now the Rajans with an with a penalty advantage. Are they going to go for 3 points or will they go for a scrum? We will have to wait and see. There you go. Absolutely. I think that's guilty of... he's very, very lucky, Jayasundara, to not get any yellow card because Trinity have been conceding penalties back to back. We consider himself very, very lucky to not spend 10 minutes in the bin, which is not ideal but deserved there for that infringement.
I think interestingly, Rajans have opted to go to the scrum as Mendy's waiting for the ball to come out. Gives it out to Sasanka. Sasanka, short pass to Vikramasinghe but popped out.
Didn't work for Trinity, but
first knock on and then a second knock on.
Luckily for Trinity, our first knock on was from the Rajans, who are trying to get Vikramasinghe into the game, but not finding that finishing touch. And if they can try and find that finishing touch,
last 3 minutes,
I think they are going to be very dangerous. Only 3 minutes remaining according to the referee's clock, which is what matters. So
come left.
Trinitians will desperately want to hold on to their lead and make sure that they keep the Rajans at bay. But on the other hand, Dharmaraja need to score before they go into half-time, which will give them the world of confidence.
Get back.
Stantidre picks it up, beats the flanker, goes off, draws and pass.
Here's the pass. Here's the man running on the outside. Is Sirisoma. He's a speedster. Has 2 men to beat. Lob pass. Morogoda loses it forward. Sirisoma should have tried to go for the corner. Was too bothered about the 2 defenders who were coming in, and referee decides that it's time for lemons. Interesting passage of play. Both teams still trying to find their feet in the game. Trinitians may have scored 2 tries, but the Rajans are not out of this one.
I think we've seen a glimpse of what the Rajans backline could do. As you can see, the highlights of the first half. This was the first try. This was scored by Morogoda. Beautiful passage of play, good presence of mind by the skipper and Jayasundara, as the second try, which was scored by Jayasundara, who recognized the space and went through to score. So Trinitians leading 14 points to nil at the end of the first half of this second friendly encounter of the Trinity Tour. We'll go to a short commercial break and see you on the other side.
Catch the excitement real time. Be up to date with it all. Let us capture your milestones. Get it sizzling hot off the turf. Hear the experts break it down. Dig deep into the nitty-gritties. Be inspired by their greatness. Relive all the scintillating action.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
ZZ. We KYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances. Amazing.
Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
ZZ. We KYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances. Amazing!
Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
நேரடி ஒளிபரப்பு யாழ்ப்பாணத்தில்
මාතර කොටවිල ගම්පියසට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා.
සිරිතදාස
ඇට්මොරටුව පියගම මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ ක්‍රීඩාංගණය.
கிழக்கு மாகாணம்
Sugadadasa Indoor Stadium
is the Fox Hill Supercross.
කුරුණෑගල සිටි ඇතුගල් පුරවරය
Papare.com අපි අද ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ නූරෙලිය ප්‍රදේශයේ.
ෆයිනල් ෂෝඩවුන් කැන්ඩි ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ක්ලබ්
පොළොන්නරුව ජාතික සංකීර්ණයේ සිට
உங்கள் கிராமத்தில், உங்கள் நகரில், உங்கள் பிரதேசத்தில் உள்ள வீரர்கள் திறமையானவர்களா? அவளின் திறமைகளை நீங்கள் அறிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டுமா? தமிழ் பேசும் உங்களின் திறமைகளை உலகறியச் செய்யும் உங்களுக்கான யூடியூப் சேனல் www.youtube.com/thepapare.
Catch the excitement real time. Be up to date with it all. Let us capture your milestones. Get it sizzling hot off the turf. Hear the experts break it down. Dig deep into the nitty-gritties. Be inspired by their greatness. Relive all the scintillating action.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
ZZ. WeKYC.
Easy!
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances. Amazing!
Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
ZZ. WeKYC.
Easy!
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances. Amazing!
Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
நேரடி ஒளிபரப்பு யாழ்ப்பாணத்தில்
මාතර කොටවිල ගම්පියසට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා.
සිරිතදාස
ඇට්මොරටුව පියගම මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ ක්‍රීඩාංගණය.
கிழக்கு மாகாணம்
Sugadadasa Indoor Stadium
is the Fox Hill Supercross.
කුරුණෑගල සිටි ඇතුගල් පුරවරය
Papare.com අපි අද ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ නූරෙලිය ප්‍රදේශයේ.
ෆයිනල් ෂෝඩවුන් කැන්ඩි ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ක්ලබ්
පොළොන්නරුව ජාතික සංකීර්ණයේ සිට
உங்கள் கிராமத்தில், உங்கள் நகரில், உங்கள் பிரதேசத்தில் உள்ள வீரர்கள் திறமையானவர்களா? அவளின் திறமைகளை நீங்கள் அறிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டுமா? தமிழ் பேசும் உங்களின் திறமைகளை உலகறியச் செய்யும் உங்களுக்கான யூடியூப் சேனல் www.youtube.com/thepaparetamil.
Catch the excitement real time. Be up to date with it all. Let us capture your milestones. Get it sizzling hot off the turf. Hear the experts break it down. Dig deep into the nitty-gritties. Be inspired by their greatness. Relive all the scintillating action.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
ZZ. VKYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances.
Amazing. Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
ZZ. VKYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances.
Amazing. Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
நேரடி ஒளிபரப்பு யாழ்ப்பாணத்திலிருந்து
මාතර කොටවිල ගම්පියසට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා.
සිරිතදාස
ඇට් මොරටුව පියගම මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ ක්‍රීඩාංගණය.
கிழக்கு மாகாணம்
සුගතදාස ඉන්ඩෝ ස්ටේඩියම්
is the Fox Hill Supercross.
රුණෑගල සිටි ඇතුගල් පුරවරය
Papare.com අපි අද ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ නූරෙලිය ප්‍රදේශයට.
ෆයිනල් ෂෝඩවුන් කැන්ඩි ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ක්ලබ්
පොළොන්නරුව ජාතික සංකීර්ණයේ සිට
Welcome back to Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub, thepapare.com, with the second half action of the second encounter of the Trinity Tour as the Rajans kicks off the second half. Jaisundara straight away tries to put it out, bounces back in. So Vijay Siri with the ball.
Don't move, don't move, don't move.
Non-orthodox kick
Number one.
to the Trinitians as they tries to run it out. Jasindara cuts back outside, takes 3 men to bring him down.
Rock form.
Trinity trying to set something up. Karnanaga gives it out to his big drop forward. Vijay
Okay, roll away.
gains
Roll away,
3
number
meters. Karnanaga yet again out to Dudangmatta. Good cutout pass by Muruguda. Tantirige pushes off 2 defenders. Muruguda picks and goes, needs support. Karnanaga right there. Muruguda gives it out to Dharmaraja. Good defense by the Rajans there. Sundara gives it out to Vijay Kohn.
Advantage.
Vijay Kohn couldn't keep the ball to himself. So good continuous passage of play
So
by
first knock on.
Trinitians,
Goal.
but couldn't capitalize on it.
Good opening exchanges by the Trinitians, like you mentioned, and Dharmaraja, kudos to them for hanging on and making sure that their defenses held strong.
Keep the gap.
Good start for the second half. Both teams, Rajans in defense and Trinitians with their attack.
18.
Interesting to see how long they can keep
Bind it.
up.
Bind.
It's the first opportunity for the Rajans to attack in the second half.
Set. Break.
Scrums have been the opted set play, the Rajans.
Bind ke wa lose the back. Last 20. Next time.
Interestingly, Rajan scrum of Mendes choosing the other side to feed the ball in. I think they're trying to use their set plays.
Steady.
Here's Mendes with the feed. Pressure coming in from Trinity. Ball still available for Rajans. Soumya putting the ball to boot, but the block coming in from Trinity. Here's Khalil picking the ball up. Good strong carry by Khalil. Connor Naika sends it out to Dharmaraja. Good run from Pallekele. Here's Dodangwat cutting back inside, looking for options, gains good yards. Referee getting in the way, but managing to offload to Disanaika versus Karnanaika. Ball being available now to Trinity. Men on the outside, but Basanaika making the decision to go down. That's going to be a penalty any day of the week. And as the referee said to Nilupul Vijayasiri, the Rajan winger, it's a ruck ball, you can't have it.
I think he was desperate because Trinity were playing the fast ball. As they take a quick tap, gives it out to Disanaika, who's inches away from the line. Ball available yet again for the Trinitians. Trying to keep it with their forwards. Goes in and scores the try. We'll have to wait to see the number on the jersey.
Well, seems like it's Jayagit Basnaika who's coming away with the ball. Or Dharmapal, yes. Dharmapal coming away with the ball, and well-deserved try for the young lad. He was impressive from the beginning of the game. Good strong carries by him and also very effective in the line-outs as well. Supports and gets the support he needed.
I think good presence of mind and good decision making by the Trinity skipper. He straight away wanted to take the tap and go, as Dudangwat lines up to increase the lead. So straight away, 4 minutes into the second half, Trinity, they are unlucky, but good kick. So 19 points to nil, Trinity leading in the second half.
Dudangwat's kick, he required a little bit of a curve there, but had the distance. Encouraging signs for Trinity College, but Dharmaraja need a little bit of the rubber, the green, to go in their favor. Good high-hanging kick and a committed chase by Nilupul Vijayasiri. Manages to cut down the Trinity player. Here's Edama. Takes the ball in. Karnanaika gives it to Jayasundara, who's in the pocket. Kicks for possession. Good kick into space as Sasanka tracks it down off to Saumya Vijayasiri. Returns the favor to Jayasundara. Under it.
Jayasundara going into contact by himself. Karnanaika out to his forwards. Here's Edama.
Going to the short side with Karnanaika now. Dharmapala can't really take him out of the game everywhere. Dharmapala. Now Jayasundara decides to go in himself.
Interesting move there by Jayasundara because they had 4 men out on the outside against 2 defenders from the Rajans.
Now looking to go on the open side. Morogoda offloads to Dodangwat. Now Sirisoma. Big no argue to the first defender and offloads. Lovely stuff from Sirisoma, but only for the AR to lift the flag up. But very good passage of play. Big, strong lad, Sirisoma.
Good handling skills shown by Trinity, but I think he's...
Take a look at the boom, big no argue. Offloads, but unfortunately steps on the sideline. And Dorangwat, kudos to him for running in support as well. We have a player down as referee wants to take a look. Not ideal for Trinity, who only have 3 turnaround days before they play the Tomians. Seems like it's the fullback, Vikramasinghe, who needs to be stretchered off. We really do hope that it's not as bad as it looks.
Keep back 10.
Vikramasinghe has been replaced by Mohammed Shabit in the number 25 jersey.
Get back.
As Rajans manages to get themselves out of danger, they were under pressure. Trinity tries to take a quick line out, but referee says no.
Seems like the ball has touched the A boards on the outside, the sponsor boards. Warm welcome to all our viewers joining us on this live broadcast brought to you from Pallekele. Incredible pictures coming to you courtesy of Sri Lanka's #1 sports app and undisputed leader in sports broadcasting, www.papare.com. Action of the second stop of the Trinity tour as Trinity take on Rajans. Dharmaraja has been one of those teams who've been a constant threat to any A division side. Have had some incredible players wear their colours in the past years, as Trinity managed to collect a messy line out and still on their feet. Now the Rajans need to release the ball. Ball comes out for Trinity. Karunanaika to Vijay Kohn. Makes the ball available. Referee says play on. Good jackling work by the Rajans defender, who was on spot to jackal that ball. Now continuity for Dharmaraja, needs to make sure that they hang on to the ball as Trinity defense comes marching in. Ruck form, says the referee. Nilapul Vejesari was pounced on that ruck, and that's a holding on. Moragada was very well placed there to jackal that ball. Supported his body weight, was right on top of that ball. As Dorangwat duly complies and gets the advantage for the Trinitians.
Good defense shown by Trinity and brilliant work by Morogoda. So Trinitians inside the red zone of Dharmaraja College, having another good opportunity. So the new hooker for Trinity,
Shehan Zakir, will be relishing his opportunity to get a couple more minutes now.
It's a penalty. It's a long arm transfer. Obstruction.
Long arm transfer, obstruction. Very clear instructions by the referee. Kudos to him.
Obstruction.
Obstruction by the Trinitians.
I think both Trinity and Dharmaraja has to capitalize on these opportunities. Sudarshan, this is why the scoreline remains the same for so long. We saw in the first half it was 14 points within 15 minutes, and then all throughout the game All throughout the first half, that was the same scoreline. Both teams have to capitalize on these opportunities.
Absolutely. I think it's important that both teams remain patient.
Keep 10. Body start in the back.
Try and build on as many phases as they can. Here's Herat. Dummies the second runner, number 4.
Okay,
good throw. Good collection. Silly pass.
I think he was more eager to get rid of the ball than keeping the ball to himself, going down and making it easier for any of his supporting players to collect it. So the momentum shifts back again towards Trinity.
Boys, keep quiet.
It's getting a little vocal, so the referee having to silence some of them. Goes to number 6. Good work by the Trinitians. Here's Adama with a good run. Karnanaika looking to play the short side. Basnaika takes the crash ball. Again, going on to the short side was Karnanaika, off to Tantrige, who gave it out to Sirisoma. Good, strong run by Sirisoma, manages to keep the ball in play. Karnanaika. Referee still playing advantage as the forwards
ball out.
Recycle the ball for Trinity. Here's Dorang Vatta.
Ball down.
Trinitians fumble the ball there. Vijay Kohn.
Ball down, Buddha.
As the referee quickly stops play. It's a slight injury.
Oh well, that's going to be painful. Seems like a growing type of injuries that can pop up when you haven't played competitive rugby for a long time. It's not ideal for some of these young lads, but like we discussed, it's an opportunity they will definitely relish. And seems like even Sirisoma is a little with a little bit of a niggle.
Number 3.
Hopefully it's not
number 3, Buddha.
the hamstring, and that's not very good news for Trinity College, who are going to take on the Tomians for a very important game on the 28th. The Cannon RS Diserum Shield, a traditional encounter played for a coveted shield by both the schools, initiated in way back in the 80s, continuing for well over 4 decades. And both Trinitians and the Tomians place high regard on that shield. I Love Trinity, the concept store, partnering us with the coverage as well. You can visit www.ilovetrinity.lk and try and purchase some incredible official Canterbury merchandise, Trinity branded Canterbury merchandise, exclusively available for I Love Trinity, who are also partners with the Trinity 150 celebrations. Trinity College celebrating 150 years of existence, a humble legacy for the Hill Capital institution.
Get back.
As the Trinitians go driving in, good driving ball, advantage played by the referee. Now Karnanaika gives it to Dodangwata, good crashing run from Morogoda, collects a brace, good straightening, crashing run as Trinity scored their 4th try. If we were in a league, this would have been the bonus point try for Trinity, making it look easy. The forwards won't be very happy because they did all the hard yards, and a back hook pops up, scores the try right underneath the sticks. Here's what happened. Dorangwata, lovely ball, lovely running line by Morogoda, who touches down on underneath the sticks. New man in. Mohammad Shabit adding the extras. Beg your pardon, Ravindra Wickramasinghe adding the extras for Trinity. Trinity now sending in the fresh legs. They need to make sure that they manage their players well. 26 points to nil They're taking the sap, they're slowly but surely taking the sap out of the Rajans, who haven't been able to try and respond to any of Trinity's charges. Ravindu Wickramasinghe in the number 25 jersey, adding the extras, coming in as the stand-in fullback. Here's Jayasundara with the kick. Dorangwat rather with the kick, kicks it to the 50-meter mark.
A couple of fresh legs in for the Trinitians. I think the starting players getting a bit of rest ahead of the big encounter on the 28th.
Yes, the Papare.com will be bringing it to you live on, as you know, on the Papare platform, Dialogue TV Channel 1, and also on Dialogue View app. So make sure that you keep your dates booked on the 28th. Long cutout ball for Trinity College, but didn't manage to collect it cleanly. Luckily for them, Rajans losing it forward.
I think good anticipation by the Trinitian who was at the back of the line out. I think a player who has come off the bench, coaches would have given them tips, because the Rajans tried a couple of times to overthrow the line out, to use their backs, as more changes coming in for Trinity.
Keep the gap.
Jikun comes out
with Kavish Amarsekar coming in, replacement in the front row.
Bind. Set. Steady.
Kamla Naika with the feed in. In ball, Tantirige this time feeds the first man, takes on the second, gives it out to Khalil. Khalil to Moragoda to Ravindu to Jasundara. Unfortunately, not a good offload. Should have kept the hold of the ball. We see plenty of support coming in.
And also very, very good cover defense by the Rajans. Got to give them credit. Committed stuff from the young lad.
So first knock on.
But beautiful offloading by the Trinitians as well. Slick passing.
So first knock on.
And Jayasundar was very unlucky as he couldn't hold on to that ball. Here's what happened. Tantirige off to Khalil. Khalil to Dodangwata. New man Ravindu gives a beautiful pass to Jayasundara, who's not able to hold on to it. Good cover defensive work by the Rajans, like we mentioned.
I think the Rajans have been really good in their defense. I think the letdown have been their attack, as they have another opportunity. Mendes out to Sasanka. Sasanka taken down. Beg your pardon, that's Tarko Wickramasinghe.
Here's Saumya trying to clear the ranks, but finds Mansil, who coughs the ball up. Shabit rather, who coughs the ball up.
So an advantage out of that kick for the Rajans. Good opportunity for them to test the Trinity defense in the backline defense of Trinity. I think the Trinity and backline selection has not been tested when it comes to defense today.
Well, two more players, all Trinity emptying their ranks as the young Monsil comes into the middle in place of skipper Karuna Naika, and Tamendra Dhanapala comes in place of
it's a penalty. You're going down.
Naika. New front rows not managing to get it right straight away. Referee now playing advantage as the Trinidadians did not retrieve 10 meters. Now Dharmaraja looking to build on faces, get some continuity. Kick block, Sasanka's kick block But referee will bring play back for
So not 10 meters.
Trinity, not retrieving 10 meters. Quickly taken by Sasanka, who charges on to that ball. But Mansell is there to rescue it. Dodangwatta, no way through for Dodangwatta as the Rajans managed to stop him momentarily though. Here's Mansell. Out to his forwards who are trying to recycle that ball. Quick ball available for Trinity. Now the backs. Moragada gives it out. Who cuts back in is the new man. Should have sent it out to the corner. But Dharmapala now tucking the ball in. Has been a feature throughout this game. Very impressed by that young man.
High tackle.
Advantage.
It's a penalty. High tackle.
High tackle. It's a penalty. And kudos
Number
to the
9.
referee.
Don't go high, Buddha.
He has been very generous, and that's what you need to see in this schoolboy game, isn't it? But these boys are playing rugby after a long time, like we've been harping on it. You need to try and excuse them for not so serious offences. You can't be adjudicating them to the letter of the law, if you may call that, as they need some trying to get accustomed. That was accidental purely, but could have gotten a yellow card very easily if it was in maybe club rugby or international rugby. But kudos to the referee for letting him continue playing. We don't want the game to be spoiled. 55 minutes on our clock as we wait for a ball to come into play. It's been a little doused today. We haven't had the continuity or the flair that we would have expected from the game. Had some against Sumangala.
Don't close the gap.
The ultimate bank account for the Sri Lankan youth. NDBZ. Hashtag Unstoppable You. Partnering the Papare.com in bringing you this coverage. As the Trinitians managed to get hold of that line out and put on a charge inside the 22 meters. Here's the big Dharmapala yet again going forward. Big strong run from the lad, but fails to hold on to possession and secure that ball.
Get back.
Now the Rajans trying to get out of jail. Doesn't manage to find touch. Here's Ravindu. Gives it to Shakir, who's running diagonally.
Get back, get back, get back.
Young Mansell to Dharmapala.
It's a penalty. Line offside.
Entire Dharmaraja line being offside.
Captain.
The Rajans bench disagrees, but it's the man with the whistle who controls things.
Offside again, huh? So next time I had to use card. Hadi, ilaka yana palani play ata. Mata card denna. So, upper diya denna. Ila bata kara.
Referee having a word with the course keepers. And he wants the skippers to inform the team that the next time it won't be this easy. He won't let this go this easy. So there you go. Replay.
The line offside.
As Trinity opts to go for the line out.
Good touch finder from the Trinity kicker, who manages to get important
11 2 10 11
manages to get very important yards for Trinity as 3 replacements come in for Dharmaraja. This line out is going to be very important.
I think this was a similar position that the Trinity managed to set up a maul to score the 4th try.
Wait. Time it.
Not a good throw, but luckily the referee was not happy. He wanted to take some time
straight line.
to set up and get the substitutions sorted. So Trinity with another opportunity.
Zakir
Okay,
with the
some more.
twin. Good throw by Zakir. Trinity, set play. Here's an opportunity. Brilliant run. That's going to make the forwards coach very, very happy as the number 17 touches down for Trinity College. Lovely bit of work. That's copybook set play by Trinity as Kavi Dharmaraja touches down for Trinity. He's going to remember this one for a long, long time. Kavi Dharmaraja touching down for Trinity. But that try definitely belongs to all the forwards who've really put the grind in. Here's Ravindu. Adds the extras. No problem for Trinity College. 38 points to nil. They are in a very comfortable lead here at Pallekele and have now emptied their bench. Take a look at this. Lovely bit of work. Patience, and then Dharmaraja.
I think that's a dream try for a prop forward, Sudarshan.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think all the forwards would be absolutely ecstatic. The fact that the forward gets to score a try on that fashion. Unlike all the times, the backs get to do all the fancy work when the forwards do all the hard work.
It's inside.
I have a half-back with me who's silent, who's the diplomat, likes to be in the middle. There's a very, very good territorial kick by the Trinity kicker, who seems to have been late charged.
It's your ball. It's your ball. Inside the 50. Like 15 here. Megan, like 15. 22. Alright, no, their ball.
A little bit of a brain fade there for momentarily. They were wrongly adjudicating that to be a 50-22, but luckily sanity prevails as Dharmaraja has been handed the possession.
Very good line out this time as the Rajans tries to use their forwards to move, go beyond the gain line. As the replacement cuts back in, Rajans still with possession, trying to increase the pace as Saumya kicks it out.
Again, all outside.
Referee deems that it's
Captain.
a penalty. Trinitians
Captain.
being offside.
Captain.
So both teams penalized.
It's the last warning.
A bit too
Next
much
time,
during this
really
game,
hard.
which has made this game a stop and go.
Well, correction, the score is 33 points to nil. Trinitians failing to convert that. As Saumya puts the ball to boot, and Dharmaraja is still searching for their opening score in this game, as the Trinitians have managed to dominate the game despite some scrappy play from both the teams. Ball lost forward by Dharmaraja College. Referee playing knock-on advantage in favour of Trinity. Here's Mansil to Dorangwatta, who's caught in the tackle by the Rajans. Still managed to hold on to the ball and present it.
Beautiful cutout pass to Dhanapala. Makes it available for Mansil.
Going back. It's
Tries
ahead.
to run by himself, but gets tackled.
Kavi Dharmaraja taking the ball to the ground for Trinity. Here's Dharmapala still pumping his legs.
Roll away.
Good, strong, impressive young lad who is a very good workhorse for Trinity. Now cutting back onto the short side.
Get back.
Trinity building pressure.
Trinity building up some faces, trying to look for that one opportunity. Mansil gives it out to Rangwatta.
Still struggling a little to break the green line, as I say though. Trinity now going on the charge. Khalil taking the ball up just short of the 22 meters. Mansell quickly out onto the open side. Options on the outside. Amarasekara throws a forward pass.
Forward.
May score fancy tries. This is why you don't have forwards in the running line. You're not doing any favors for the front rows. Young lad, we were cooking you up so very well a little while ago, but unfortunately gives it out forward.
You read my mind, Sudarshan, there. But good passage of play by Trinity. Little unfortunate for what happened there. It's the whole team made sure that they kept position with themselves, building up face after face to go beyond the gain line. They're still in the red zone of Dharmaraja College, and they have an opportunity to put pressure on. As Rajan's trying to get out of jail.
Set.
Mendes. The referee is not happy with the feed in. He wants to reset the scrum. Having a word with the Trinity front row.
Crouch.
Replacement in the halfback position for the Rajans. Bandaru coming in. As he feeds in the ball. Clean scrum.
Advantage.
Trinitians putting pressure. The ball popped out. As Trinity Dodangwat thought about kicking the ball, but then gives it out to his player.
Advantage, line offside.
Here's Morogoda looking for his hat trick. Oh, no. That's dangerous. That's going to be a card any day of the week.
Wait.
Falls down flat. That's not ideal for Trinity College. Morogoda was extremely influential throughout the game. Needs to give him a little bit of space. Let's take a look at the replay.
Really unfortunate there. Cut back inside.
Doctor.
Well, let's try and take a look at that replay again if we can. And try and figure out where his head hit. Here's Murugoda, first bump off. Oh, head-on head clash. Very unfortunate. He was tackled, head-on his head clash, and his shoulder as well on the oncoming player.
I think the referee was trying to go for the pocket. There were mitigating factors. The play was going down, but I think referee made up his mind to go for his pocket. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
Oh, absolutely. Really hope that it's not as bad as it looked when he went down. And he's a big lad, Murugoda. The staff will need some support. Seems like he's okay to go.
Line offside and back.
Put his hand up.
Last warning making right.
And now a yellow card offered to the Dharmaraja player as well, and that was for
time on
the
line
multiple
offside.
line offside infringements that came up.
Interestingly, Trinitians deciding to go for the scrum. I think they're trying to take the advantage of having 15 players.
Absolutely. I think the Rajans are reduced in numbers, who have to bring in a player from the backs to complement the full leg from Trinity.
It's a penalty. You're going down again.
I think the referee had a chat with the front rows of Trinity earlier in the earlier scrum. And this time, straight away, penalized.
Just brand new front rowers. It's never easy, isn't it? To try and get that timing right, get the angle right. Guilty of going down as Saumya puts a ball to boot. Doesn't fight touch. Not ideal for Dharmaraja, not what the doctor ordered. Here's the counter from Trinity. Numbers on the outside. Here's Khalil. Has a man on the outside. A little fumble, but that's going to be a great counter-attacking try by Trinity College. As the number 24, do excuse us for not having the correct names for the reserves, as the number 24 touches down for Trinity. Take a look at this. Khalil, very good work, straighten things up, delays it a little. Good collection by the young lad on the outside, and has the pace to burn as well. Good score for Trinity.
Good counter-attacking play. Jasundar collected the kick, and good counter-attack by Trinity. The backs were patient, kept the hold of the ball, and the young lad number 24 cuts back inside to score the try. So Trinity extending their lead to 38 points with the conversion to come. Durangwatta makes no mistake, so it's 40 points to nil. Trinity leading the second encounter of the Trinity Tour against Dharmaraja College.
Entering the final 5 minutes of the game, as the Rajans still chase their opening try in this encounter. Trinitians, I think, would be quite happy at their performance. They haven't let Rajans penetrate their defensive line. They've got given a run to all of their chargers, their entire squad. The only concerning factor would have been the injuries to the players. As
don't move!
Durangwatta puts the ball in high, good high hanging kick, as the Trinity defenders
Get back!
do well chasing that ball. Dharmaraj now with possession, taking the ball inside, but good defensive work by Trinity. Good line speed, managing to stop them.
Line offside, number 19.
Playing advantage.
Now number 19 guilty of jumping the gun there for Trinity. So Dharmaraja with a free rein.
Line offside.
Referee decides
number 19.
that's going to be a yellow card for the number 19. The referee has decided enough is enough. He's so kudos to him. He was very patient up until the early occasion where Dharmaraja infringed. He did give a few warnings to both the teams to be very careful.
Unfortunately, Chamendra Dhanapala from the Trinity side was penalized there. So a yellow card for the team. As both teams now down to 14 men. The Rajans with an opportunity to get some points on the board.
Last move.
Well, interestingly, last move called by the referee.
Where's last move?
3 minutes remaining in our clock, but I believe
Keep 10.
It's the referee's clock that matters. Rajans with the final opportunity to try and get some points. Knock back, so they will hold on to the possession.
Leon.
Trinity managing to pounce on it now. Sabit on to the outside, has space and numbers. Trinity cutting back inside versus Khalil.
Knock back.
Sends it back. No. Available for Trinity. Again knock back. Nobody wants it. Here's Zakir.
Get back.
Recycling the ball is Trinity. Now referee playing advantage. Here's Durangwatta with the kick. Well, referee deems there was not sufficient advantage, and they will come back to a penalty. So Trinity most probably managing to get the final play of the game.
It's time for us to decide on the man of the match, Sudarshan. Well, from my take, there are two contenders. Number 5 for Trinity, Dharmapala, and the center, Morogoda. They've been absolutely brilliant throughout the game.
Yes, Morogoda scored 2 tries and some very good runs through the middle, but I think I'm going to agree with you. Dharmapala is going to be our player of the match. Trinity's number 5 has been brilliant for Trinity, and very, very interestingly, Trinity wanting to go for points. They know it's the last move. They don't want any more players injured. They have a very, very important game coming up as well, and trying to give Jayasundara an opportunity to get 3 more points under his name as Jayasundara takes the step. And like we mentioned, Dharmapala, Trinity Lock, is our player of the game, who has been top-notch throughout the game, has been such a workhorse for Trinity. And Jayasundara makes no mistake, and that's full time as the referee blows the long whistle. Trinitians will be very happy. 43 points to nil. Domination by the host as Trinity collects 2 out of 2 in the Trinity tour of 3 games. Big game coming up. Cananaris Dicerum Trophy on the 28th. Like we've mentioned to you, it's going to be a very, very interesting affair, because the Tomians are also they did also look like a very formidable outfit in the Western Province Sevens, managed to come to the finals, ended up runners-up behind St. Peter's. But kudos to these young men who put up a real show. Kudos to Dharmaraja for putting up a real good fight in this game. The Rajans never gave up. They were in the fight until the last minute, despite not managing to score the full-time confirmation. 43 points to nil. Trinity College convincingly winning this one. Let's take a look at the special moments of the second half. It was again a try fest by Trinity. Dharmaraja kicked off proceedings, and this was a poacher's try. Forwards taking things to their own hand, and then came this brilliant piece of work by Morogoda, who unfortunately had to leave the field after being concussed. Khalil's offload and collection by the number 24 for Trinity, the replacement, scored a brilliant try. And finally Dorangwatta adding the extras. Jayasundara rather adding the extras for Trinity. It's been an incredible game, and here's the key stats from the game. Trinity College 43 points, scoring 6 tries, 5 conversions and 1 penalty. And Dharmapala, player of the match for Trinity College, and he had an incredible game, being a workhorse for Trinity from start to end. The lanky lock was also very influential in the Trinity set piece as well, so deserved accolade for him, Dharmapala. And Trinity will be very happy with their performance today, so that they had an all-round performance and also managed to give opportunity for the entire squad.
Absolutely, Sudarshan, because I think ahead of a big game, that would be the ideal goal of any coach. So Trinity managing to use all of the whole squad, giving them good game time, managing to have a convincing victory. And as you mentioned, Dharmapala was the go-to man when it comes to forward play, and he had been everywhere in defense as well. So well-deserved victory and well-deserved man of the match award for Dharmapala.
Well, with that, we've come to the end of the telecast brought to you from Pallekele Rugby Stadium. It's been a pleasure, like we've said, to bring you these live pictures from this beautiful stadium. Make sure that you keep your days free for the 28th as we bring you the Cananaris Dicerum Trophy. Trinity College traveling down to Colombo to take on the Tomians, who will be looking to try and get hold of that shield, which has been accustomed to the cruel climbs of Trinity over the past 3 years. The Tomians will be determined to make sure that they take it to the school by the sea. So until We meet on the 28th. It's a goodbye from me, Sudarshan Piris, alongside Sunat Piris in the combox, and also the Papare.com production and the technical team signing off from Pallekele. Until next time.
Real time. Be up to date with it all. Let us capture your milestones. Get it sizzling hot off the turf. Hear the experts break it down. Dig deep into the nitty-gritties. Be inspired by their greatness. Relive all the scintillating action.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
ZZ. KYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances. Amazing.
Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.